On the surface, CSGO is a very straightforward game. While that may be true, some diehard fans have come up with some insane theories about the game. My name is Braedon, and welcome to Valve Guides. This video is brought to you by CSGO Empire, today's leading site for fun CSGO gambling and entertainment. It's one of the safest and most convenient places to play. You deposit your skins and place bets on which of the 3 coins you think will win, build up your numbers, and withdraw better skins than you started out with. Not to mention the fact that we're giving away 2 factory new AWP Dragon Lores. Make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video to find out how to get in on that. The Counter-Strike series has always had a loyal following from its fans. With CSGO being the newest installment, the fan base has grown and their support and love for the game has not wavered. Well, maybe for a bit when the R8 was first added, but that's another story. Today, we will be going over 5 theories that many players in the game believe could be true. These range in insanity, but even the weirdest theories on the list have many players swearing they are all true. Whether or not they are entertaining to hear about nonetheless. Popping things off at number 5, we have Source 2. Most players in the CSGO community believe this will eventually happen. Some thought it would happen a long time ago. But it is without a doubt still a theory at this point. The Valve devs have said nothing to confirm that Source 2 is happening for CSGO or not, and players have been impatiently waiting for the day they do. Source 2 is a new engine that Valve has developed and has begun to see itself implemented into their games. Dota 2 saw a major update last year when it was ported over to Source 2. Graphical improvements as well as major performance improvements were seen, and many Counter-Strike players are still hoping that CSGO will get the same treatment that its brother Dota got. Continuing on to number 4, we have names affecting performance. This may be entirely placebo, but many players on Reddit seem to be in agreement that based on how somebody is named in the game, it often affects how they play. For example, many think that players with short names will often wreck in games. Also, apparently anybody in game with an anime profile picture either hacks or is terrible at the game, and there isn't any in between. Keep in mind, this is just what a few players think, but you have to admit, you've been outplayed a few times by somebody with a short name, and it really does make you think.
My name is Jeff.
Sliding into number 3, we have Dust 2 terrorist and counter-terrorist teams switched. Dust 2 is without a doubt the most played map in all of CSGO. It was even recently given its own map pool so that hardcore fans of the map can play it non-stop. Steam user McZimic coined this theory back in 2015, in which he goes over why he thinks the terrorists on Dust 2 are actually the good guys and the counter-terrorists are in fact the bad guys on this map. Many of the points that he brings up are dialogues that the respective teams have in the beginning of rounds, indicating that the terrorists are being driven from their homes and the counter-terrorists are a militant group trying to drive them out. This really doesn't change anything about the map in the grand scheme of things, but it is interesting nonetheless. Second to last, at number 2, we have CSGO being a Left 4 Dead prequel. People often like to imagine that all the Valve games take place in the same universe. This would be interesting, and people are constantly finding new clues that hint towards this theory being true. Certain maps in CSGO resemble almost exactly the same map areas in Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Could CSGO take place before the dark times of the undead in the Left 4 Dead series? Will the bodies of your slain enemies eventually be bloodthirsty zombies? This is up for you to decide. While there are many similarities found in maps for either games, there's not much else, unfortunately, that ties them together in order to strengthen this theory. Before we get to number 1, guys, I would really like to shout out the writer of this video, Cruxel. He is a new recruit to the Ultra Guides team and has been absolutely killing it. And he has a personal channel, and please make sure to go check it out. He's actually grown insanely well with just his first 3 videos. Link will be in the description below. Finally, at number 1, we have most pro players cheating. If you browse the Global Offensive subreddit, at any time you're sure to come across a clip of a pro with questionable crosshair placement or flicks through walls to enemy heads. While the case could be made that anyone being recorded playing 24/7 is bound to have moments like this, they are pretty common for a few players in the pro scene. YouTuber Dan M has a channel devoted to showcasing what he and many others think as pure evidence that many high-tier pros are cheating. While yes, they do have raw skill and talent and play better than 99% of the player base in CSGO, there are huge prize pools up at stake, and a lot like many other sports, it is possible for the best of the best they could be doing things to enhance their performance. Steroids would certainly not help in a game like CSGO, but having cheats usable and undetected at LANs certainly would. As always, it's up to you to watch the evidence and draw your own conclusions. This video is brought to you by CSGO Empire, today's leading site for fun CSGO gambling and entertainment. It's one of the safest and most convenient places to play. You deposit your skins and place bets on which of the 3 coins you think will win, build up your numbers, and withdraw better skins than you started out with. Not to mention the fact that we're giving away 2 factory new AWP Dragon Lores. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. If you stuck around, make sure to leave a comment telling us your strange theories that you have about CSGO. Alright guys, it's been fun. My name is Braedon, and I will see you in the next video.